Hello, it is July 21st and it is 5:19 p.m. So they probably would just want to know why I was almost homeschooled one time in high school. The thing that happened was I was bullied in high school a lot. I was a little different. I didn't have any friends and I was basically bullied this is just one of the instances. One time, one of the kids, he took my pencil and he broke it, and then he was just he threatened to hurt me really bad, and due to which I just cried and I went to the nurse's office. Yeah, so these kind of instances occurred a lot in high school, and obviously I wasn't exactly popular. I'm not gonna lie. So I used to be bullied a lot, due to which I would almost quit high school, but I didn't. It's not just me. Everyone has this history in life where they go through ups and downs in life. So Habe missed almost 90 days in high school at one time. 90 days in high school at one time in one semester. So Habe missed almost 90 days in high school at one time. His brother Akif dropped out of high school. Okay? Fact of the matter is, I went back to school. I took AP classes in senior year of high school, and then I finished it to get my high school degree. Then I went to college. I went to an overseas pharmacy school. At one time, my mother had, with the entire time in my overseas pharmacy school, my brain savant was locked. They used to give me amnesia drugs every time I would try to study and every time I would be in the exam room. And apart from that, my mother lost her job at Food Line grocery store at one time. And I remember that really well. I had just finished my classes for final year, and I would have only taken 2 sets of exams if they'd let me give those exams to get my degree when 80% of my batch got it. The 80% of my batch got their degree in 2017, October 2017, and that's when I would have gotten it, since even afterwards when I went there, I only had to give exams for 2 sets before I met the required GPA. Yeah, people might claim that they had a higher GPA than me in college, but that doesn't matter. I would have gotten my degree at the exact same time they did, which was October 2017, which is when 80% of my batch got their degree. And their GPA might be higher than mine, but you have to also understand the fact that my brain savant was locked the entire time, and that they used to use amnesia drugs on me in the exam room and when I used to study for my finals. And apart from that, I had to suffer through all kinds of abuses at home. So yeah, a little higher GPA doesn't change the fact that you got your college degree at the same time I did, despite my brain savant being locked and me having amnesia drugs being used on me. And the fact of the matter is, at the end, even after coming back home, after my mother lost her job at a Food Line grocery store, I went back and I slept on the streets, and I got all 108 exams done to bring my college degree back. Not only that, I got it converted back over here, and all I need to do is go sign up for my board exams, which takes a really simple English exam to give, which I've already passed one time. Yeah. It's a standardized exam. It's a really simple, easy English exam that I need to give in order to sign up for my board exams, which would be like a piece of cake for a guy with a brain savant, which, unless artificial intelligence is lying and I'm psychic to predict what the report says, then yeah, it should be a piece of cake for me, since considering the fact that board exams are 1,000 pages and I could do that in a day. And I think artificial intelligence is a really good person to testify in my trial for me. And the fact that common sense is also testifying that unless if someone told me what the artificial intelligence report says, I would have to be psychic to know what the report says, which clearly means that I'm telling the truth on my brain savant. So yeah, it doesn't matter what someone's past is. Everyone has ups and downs in life, and I was bullied a lot in high school, due to which I had to go back. And I actually did complete my high school degree, and I took AP courses in both junior year and senior year. But it's the same background for every single person out there. So Habe had that background. He missed 90 days in one semester. His brother Akif had that background. Okay. Other people had similar backgrounds, like Umar had similar backgrounds. I'm not going to get into into other people's lives, but what I'm trying to say is everyone has this in their life. Okay, the fact of the matter is, you have to complete your college degree. That's what matters, and that college degree has to be usable. That's what matters. fact of the matter is, if artificial intelligence is telling the truth and I'm not psychic enough to predict what it says without someone telling me what the report says, literally all it takes for me to get that board exam is 1 day's work. And yeah, and it's no secret that I'm not going to be a pharmacist. Instead, I'm going to put that degree aside as soon as I'm done my board exams and work on my things like zero tolerance coffee and whatever I have to work on after that. So yeah, and these people basically who are trying to find faults in my life are all they don't believe a thing in what they're saying. You should look at people's actions, not their words. Look at my dad, the Greedy Framer. As soon as June 24th is reanalyzed, he starts sending me blackmail price tags for millions of euros and millions of dollars starting July 9th to try to see if I'm going to pay him or not. For the Greedy Framer has been advertising 2 of her daughters to me, not just one, okay? And you saw the picture, okay? I'm not, like, I show this every single time. This is a woman dresses up like a nun, okay, sending me this. If you look at the girl in the gray, look at her top, and the girl in the blue, look at her bottom, you would literally know exactly how much of a nun these people are and exactly how much they believe in what they're saying. Look at people's actions. Don't look at their words, okay? Their words, if they have they have invalid motives, their words are going to be deceptive. So don't look at their words. Their actions show otherwise. If a woman who's dressing up like a nun sends me pictures like these while there is a trial going on where she's claiming that I'm a bad person whose brain savant should get locked up, then basically if there wasn't a trial going on and if she wasn't dressed up like a nun, she would be sending her nudes for her daughter or telling her daughter to walk into my house butt naked. You know, this is the level of greed that these people have, that as soon as the June 24th brain savant test gets reanalyzed, they send me these for their daughters, their own daughters. Look at the top for the girl in the gray. Look at the bottom for the girl in the blue. And it's no secret that Farrah the Greedy Framer is basically advertising her 2 daughters to me. Okay, these people, what they're saying about me, that they think I'm stupid or this or that, or anything about my history, they don't believe a thing in what they're saying. Look at their actions. Don't look at their words, okay? My dad, the Greedy Framer, has been blackmailing price tags of millions of euros and dollars, okay? Ibrahim, yes, even him, 3 days ago on July 18 was advertising his sister to me, asking law enforcement to advertise his sister to me, saying, can you check with my sister, see if he wants her or not, out of extreme greed and no other reason why, okay? These people's actions show something totally different. Not from a million years ago, not from a year ago, not from a month ago, just the last week. The last week. This is when? This is let's see, July 14. Not that long ago. Today's the 21st, okay? That's not that long ago, all right? This is a woman who is basically dressed up like a nun. Okay, woman's dressed up like a nun, and she's sending me this for her daughters. I look at people's actions. Okay, don't look at their words. Their words are going to be deceptive if their motives are invalid, and their motives are invalid because no one sends this for their daughter, especially when they're saying about the defendant in trial that the defendant is a terrible person and that his brain savant should get locked up, or that when their lies are all caught, that the defendant's aggressive. If I was aggressive, then aggressive people are very like revenge seeking, and if I was like that, then they would never do this with their own daughters. Obviously not. They literally treat me like a duck, and they say that I'm a bad person. Like, they're just like, come on, ducky, come inside this cage so I could take you, which is exactly why I now use harsh words, because my real face, in reality, due to autism, is regressed. And if you look at some days like May 31st when they forget to like use these tools on me, you could tell that I have a regressed face, due to which these people treat me like a duck. Literally, they're just like, come on, ducky, come inside my cage, like stuff like that. So yeah, you want to look at people's actions. Don't look at their words. When their motives are incredibly invalid and they're all a bunch of money predators, then obviously you got to look at their actions and not their words, and just their actions from the last couple days, please. Thank you.